Well, howdy, you vile varmints. I'm the one and only Alex Coyote, the funniest coyote comedian in the business. Now, it's come to my attention that I, as well as my other fellow performers, have gained some fans on this thing called the World Wide Web. Okay, so this whole internet thing is rather new to me, but I did do a bit of poking around on there before answering some of these questions. So hopefully I have enough to go off of when I'm answering what you want to know. Hayden already did one of these before, and he's given me a few pointers on how to answer some of these questions. But the one thing he told me to do above all else is to state the fact that there will be foul language featured in this video. Apparently, certain people have a problem with vulgarity on the internet. So, I have to warn people, if you're easily offended or insulted by an anthropomorphic coyote saying the fuck word through your computer screen, don't bother trying to watch this video. You bunch of killjoys. So, let's just get things started, shall we? So, our first set of questions is from Sapphire Fox 07, and he says, there are 3 questions for Alex. 1. How did you get into comedy? Well, there's a real simple answer for that question. I was built for this business. I myself am naturally witty, sly, sarcastic, great at improv, and not afraid to say just about anything under the spotlight. All of these traits make me an ideal comedian. Plus, I come from a real big family, and growing up with so many brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and cousins meant that I had plenty of material to work with when writing my jokes. It's not easy being the funniest person in the room. If it were, everyone would be a comedian. 2. Can you tell us your best joke? Well, hold on now. You expect me to just give out my funniest joke to someone who hasn't even bought a single seat to one of my shows? I'm sorry, but I don't just give out my best material to anyone just because they asked, you blue vulpine. After all, we're trying to run a business here at Lakes Funland, and I don't need anyone trying to steal my material. But if it is a joke you want, I can give you one, just not my best. I was staying at my sister Shelley's place one night when a huge windstorm blew into town. Fortunately, her house was spared from much of the damage, but the same couldn't be said for the local animal shelter. Either way, neither of us would forget the time it rained cats and dogs anytime soon. 3. Have you ever met anyone named Foxy? Alright, I'm gonna assume that you're only asking this because you yourself are a fox, and not because you assume that I myself am also a fox. Which I'm not. I'm a coyote. It's in the name. Alex Graham Coyote. I'm really sick and tired of people getting my species wrong. Now, granted, I have met a fox or two in my time, but I don't recall any of them being named Foxy. I'm sorry, am I the only one who thinks that the name Foxy is a bit too on the nose for a fox? I mean, yeah, Chick the bird is named after a bird, but at least it's a specific type of bird, not the entire genus altogether. So to answer your question, no, I have not met anyone by the name of Foxy, both fox or any other species for that matter. Alright, the next question is from Lego 101 Games. Alex, what's your favorite part about performing to the kids? Well, you know, technically the reason I'm a performer is so people can get a chuckle at my jokes. But believe it or not, my favorite part is when I get on angsty parents' nerves. You know, they sometimes go like, "Why are you saying those kinds of things in front of the children? You should be educating them. What can we expect of future generations if the kids these days are being taught nothing but rubbish jokes, blah, blah, blah." Ah, well, bunch of lame idiots. You know, the kind of people who cry over a 6-line piece of dialogue from a 2-hour video game. I mean, it's obvious you shouldn't expect any respect from a comedian. Look, if you want your kiddie to be educated, take him to a library or something like that. Or let my good friend Hayden Extravaganza take care of him. He's the nerdy guy parents love. So yeah, my favorite part is bothering pussy parents with my tough jokes. Next question is from Alexander Thomas. Nice name. Alex, does it bark? What? I mean, do you bark? Since you are indeed a part of the canine family. Well, yeah, coyotes do bark, sure, but I don't know if you're aware of the fact that I'm a literal, walking, talking coyote. I have no reason to bark when I can simply speak. If I feel threatened by someone, I don't bark at them. I just punch them in the face and call them an idiot. The only member of my family who barked was my cousin Manuel. We never knew what was wrong with him, but he never spoke. Just barked. And while everyone else thought he suffered brain damage, I just thought he was an imbecile trying to get attention. Poor Manuel. That angry rabbi had no mercy with him. Following that, there's Shot Rabbit, who made 6 questions. First one is, do you know Blue Label? Yes, it's not any cheap whiskey. It's an elixir from the gods. 2. What would happen if you were to go to Argentina and drink a mate? Why? Why did you have to mention Argentina? 3. How do you like the other animatronics? Alright, I'll be less of a bootlicker than Hayden and go straight to the point. Lake is a great party pal. Hayden is a great counselor. Chick is very kind. Alice is adorable. And John Kun is a dumb sack of dusty fur. But he's a funny guy. That's pretty much all I can say about the guys. Can't tell you much about that weird girl lying on the maintenance room floor. I've never seen her move. I don't even think she's alive. Wait, what do you mean I'm not supposed to talk about her? Next question. 4. What do you think about analog horror? To be honest, I think it's utter crap. It's always the same thing, and very obnoxious. Cutting my great-grandma Bethany's toenails was a far less traumatizing experience than those boring videos with the badly edited faces popping up with loud noises. Like, yeah, I get it. He's a criminal. You can stop saying it now. Ugh, feels like someone's trying to stab out my eardrums with a fork. Honestly, anyone who even tries making that junk is wasting their time. 5. Your opinion on my modeling? I was gonna say it was good, until I saw you modeled that stupid Rachel toy. So I'm gonna say you suck! Stupid Waters. Waters! I hate you, Waters! Waters! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth! Really sorry about that. I don't know what came over me for a second there. Let's perhaps not mention that name in any of our future questions anytime soon. 6. What is the best creepypasta? The best pasta in my opinion is bolognese. But, why do you call it creepypasta? You think pasta is creepy? Huh. I've heard of people who are afraid of heights, darkness, and spiders, but hearing someone who's afraid of pasta is... well, I'll be honest, that's a new one. Hope you can get over that soon. Then we have a question from Weirdo McFreak, who asks, do you like hot dogs? Of course I like hot dogs. My family used to host cookouts and we all hang out and munch on just about any type of meat you could shove inside a bun. Although whatever you do, don't invite my Uncle Terry to any backyard grill fest. He'd always show up pissed drunk, complain about how tacky the garden looks, help himself to as much food as he could carry in his arms, then piss off without even talking to anyone else there. I swear, we need to find out how that guy keeps getting invited and put a stop to it. So now we have 2 questions that more or less are the same thing. Walton Time asks, why are you my favorite? And, Star Bunny said that one asks, why are you a better character than the others? Well, gee, I don't know why that might be. Maybe it's because I'm the funniest out of everyone else. Or maybe that I'm so smart and cunning with my jokes. Or perhaps it's something to do with my rugged good looks. Go on, take your pick. I'm sure you'll eventually settle on something. Nice and Toasty asks, why are you a badass unlike the others? Because I can say cuss words, that's why. So remember, kids, if you want to be a certified badass like me, and swear as loudly and as frequently as you can, go and show everyone just how much you rule. Do it to your parents, your teachers, everyone. Okay, I'm done. Seriously, kids, don't actually say anything to your parents or teachers that they didn't teach you to say. All right? Okay, next question. Gone Missing asks, why does your design look so cool? Well, seems like I have a lot of fans out here on the internet. Well, to answer your question, I guess I just got lucky when it came to the contents of my gene pool. Sadly, not every coyote can be as well-defined as I am. But even so, it's clear to me that some of them don't even need to be good-looking to make it big. Just ask Randy. Look at this dude. Turns out he's like me without the steroids abuse and without cirrhosis. Ugly bastard.
I hope you die in a fire.
Schlong. Schlong. Schlog asks, why does he cuss a lot? Now I know there's this whole stigma about comedians and cursing when it comes to their jokes. For me personally, I find that swearing is, in fact, pretty fucking funny. And frankly, I like being funny. Now that being said, I am aware that my target audience is mostly children. And I want it to be known that my mouth only turns sour when there aren't any knee huggers running around. But trust me, if it weren't for them, I'd be swearing my pearly white teeth off every time I'd get on stage. Then we have Idamare. What do you think of Lake and the Investigator? Wait, Investigator? You're not talking about... Oh no, here it comes. Water! yours! I'll shove your pills deep up your slimy ass! Okay, let's not bring up any of that ever again. I'm sorry, I guess I just have a certain trigger to that type of thing. But, to answer your second half of the question, I don't know. I'm okay with him, I guess. Of course, he's an arrogant and egotistical douche, but I can interact with him just fine. I personally really like his twisted sense of humor, and, he is the only one I can really drink with. So he's okay, I guess. Follow-up question. Who is your best friend? It's John Kuhn. We both met when we were kids or pups or whatever. Sometimes, or most times, he gets on my nerves because, like I said before, he's a dumb sack of dusty fur. But I've known him my whole life, really. I think it's fun talking with him, even if he makes me lose my head sometimes. And finally, what do you think about the... Oh, no, not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Look, I'm not even gonna ask how you managed to know about that. But, yeah, we're not gonna go there. Anyways, let's keep moving. Cohen Spicer asks, 1. Can I have your hat? Well, I hate to break it to you, pal, but this here hat's made out of hard steel. Sure, it's lightweight and compact steel, but I doubt it'd be very comfortable for you if you want to wear it. Still, I can try a talk with Lake to see if we can make any marketable, genuine Alex Coyote's hat to sell to anyone rich or stupid enough to buy one. I'm surprised nobody thought of this sooner. 2. Would you give me a hug? Really? You want to come up to me? A vicious, violent predator with big, sharp teeth. And hug me? I'm just teasing you. Of course you could come hug me. Usually the little ones find me too intimidating to ever want to approach me. So yeah, feel free to come as close as you like. I won't bite. I promise. Moonman17 then asks, did you eat Little Red Riding Hood's grandma? Maybe you guys didn't hear me the first time I said it. So let me go ahead and remind you all again. My name is Alex Graham Coyote. Do you know what that makes me? That's right, a coyote. I'm gonna say that again, a coyote. Do you get it now? Yeah? Okay, great. So, from now on, if you're gonna crack jokes at me, you can at least call me by the right species. Ryuki2002 asks, how old are you, Alex? Last I checked, I'm 36 years old. Don't really have much else to say other than that. Eli Guy 777 asks, where are the bodies, Alex?
I'm right here. I don't know how you even know about that, but I am here. I've been trying to tell everyone I am here, that we are here. But nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to us.
Ugh, Martin, just calm down, buddy. Just calm down. Let me handle this, please. Okay, so... I guess there's no point in trying to hide it anymore. I'm possessed. Yeah, so, turns out, a little while ago, a bunch of kids were murdered inside of Lake's Funland. And one of their spirits, Martin, decided to, possess me. It's been weird, having a ghost kid up in your head and whatnot. But I'm managing. He's doing the best he can. We try to tell people about what happened, but whenever they hear us talk, they always think it's some sort of bad joke. That's what you get for being a comedian, I guess. Still, Martin's mom is still out there. And hopefully, she'll find out what happened to her son. Hopefully everyone will. And if you guys somehow know about this, then, well, maybe it'll make all the difference. I just hope things aren't too late for Martin. He's a good kid, despite everything. And he reminds me a lot about myself. So, maybe that's why he's haunting me, I guess. But, yeah. Enough about that. Let's move on to something else. Walton Time, again, asks, why in Lake's Funland are there humans and animals like you? So you're one of those types, huh? Well, personally for me, I don't really give a shit about any diversity quota, but for those of you who do, I think it's time for me to break out the professional vocabulary. When it comes to the animatronic performers, we at Lake's Funland believe that everyone, no matter what class, species, or background they represent, should have a chance to perform on stage at our establishment. Us performers go through a very extensive evaluation process to ensure that we are the absolute best of the best at what we do. Now you may be asking yourselves, what happens to those who don't meet these high standards? Well, I wouldn't know, since that's never happened to me before. 3GG Guyomg, who comes up with these names, asks, first question, do you know a certain red animatronic fox that resembles a pirate? Let me guess. His name's Foxy, isn't it? I don't get it. Why is it that when people see me, they think of this pirate fox freak? I mean, look at me. Do I look anything like a swashbuckler to you? I mean, we're not even the same frickin' species, for crying out loud. Second question. What do you think about those who you work with? Well, technically I already answered that question, so... Wait, actually, I got an idea. Hey, Martin, what do you think of the rest of the crew?
Oh. Well, Lake is interesting. Somehow, the fact that the main face of a children's entertainment business has a crippling cocaine addiction doesn't surprise me. And yes, I know about cocaine. Hayden, on the other hand, he's a complete bore. I understand you have to have some sort of educational segment with children's programs nowadays, but that guy really just overkills that. Then there's Chick the Bird. She's okay. Not exactly the biggest fan of her, but I don't hate her. And there's Alice. She kind of reminds me of Mom, actually. Who else was there? Oh, right, John Kun. He's pretty funny. Corny, but in a good kind of way. Oh, and I guess there's Alex, too. Well, guess you're not surprised he's my favorite, right? This is definitely weird, having to answer questions like this. You guys are gonna help me find who did this to me, right? Because she's still out there. Somewhere. And I want to make her fucking pay for what she did to me.
Don't worry, Martin. We'll get to the bottom of this soon. But for now, let's just keep answering questions, okay? Our next question is from Curtis Ashby, who asks, "What do you love doing at Lakes Funland, Alex?" Other than telling jokes for a living, I like making art pieces. My grandma Jolene was an artist, and she taught me everything I know now about painting, sketching, and all the little things about arts and crafts. Yeah, it's a real shame she was found dead slumped against her drawing desk, though. I'd say more, but the details surrounding everything are kinda sketchy. Oh, if you happen to visit Lakes Funland and see a little paper plate coyote hung on the wall, that was made by Martin. He asked me to make sure nothing happened to it since he's real proud of making it. And hey, I know a fine piece of art when I see one. Silly Cat asks, "Where did you leave your gun?" Must have left it in my other pants. How are you? Well, I'd say I'm about halfway through with these questions, and right about now, I just want to get these questions done and over with. If I hear someone talk about Foxy one more time, I swear to God. Mr. C. Scorpio asks, "How is your relation with John Kuhn? Friends? Rivals? Both. John Kuhn may be a few tools shy of a tool shed, but he's someone I've grown to respect as a performer. We made our big debut back at Hayden's theater before the big merge with Lakes. And while we technically aren't a dual act, we often perform together back to back during shows. Right now, we've started betting on who gets the biggest applause at the end of each performance, with Alice being the judge. The winner gets the chance to beat the loser's high score on one of the arcade machines." Then we have a question from Lovro Vidakovic, first try, who asks, "What do you think about the game series Five Nights at Freddy's?" Jeez. Hayden warned me about this. Look, all I know about this whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing is that it is a game that exists and you can play it online. I don't know what it has to do with anything about our own establishment, but the fact that you guys seem to be making a lot of comparisons, frankly, has me concerned. And before you ask, I'm probably never gonna end up playing it myself, so don't bother. Also, can I have your gun? You really want this gun? Go ahead. Take it from me. And now we have a question from Toy Fredboy. Have you ever attempted to consume Roadrunners? Okay, see now, this is how you do it. I'll admit, I was worried that you somehow managed to get it wrong again like the last schmuck who tried to make a joke like that. You hear that, Moon Man 17? This is how you make a joke at my expense. Oh, and by the way, the answer to that question is no, not yet. So our next question comes from Hudson Harris VA, who says, "I don't know if I'm allowed to ask this, but hey, might as well. Why is it that your voice sounds so raspy? Do you always sound like that, or is it something you put on for the sake of performance or something?" Well, I'm not sure why you wouldn't be allowed to ask a question. As far as I know, there are no limits to what kind of people can ask me something, including morons. But to actually answer your question, I don't know what to say, really. I mean, this is just how my voice sounds. I'm not forcing it to sound like anything. It's just raspy like this all on its own. Unless you're implying that I can somehow change my voice to make it sound completely different from how it normally is. You know, I don't think I've ever actually tried that before. Cut the music for a second. Hey, you!
Me?
No, your mother. Yes, you! I need you to do something for me.
Okay.
I need you to go to the maintenance room and find one of Hayden's spare hats.
Which one?
You know, one of those stupid small ones that makes his head look massive. Got it?
You got it.
Good. Go on then, scram. Alright, so, while he does that, I'll just keep answering some questions while we wait. Now we have a question from the one with Doggo, who asks, thoughts on pirates in general? Uh-huh. Right. Well, I guess pirates are okay. Not as cool as cowboys, of course. But I'm starting to get a little sick and tired of them after hearing so much about a certain pirate fox. I swear, if I ever get to meet this eye patch wearing prick, I'm shooting out his other eye. Now we have a couple questions from Just Funtime Foxy, who asks, do you know about Kitty Fazcat? You know, now that you mention it, that name does ring a bell somehow. I remember one time rummaging around in the maintenance room and coming across an old box full of hollow mask molds. One of them was this weird pink cat lady of some sort. Was that supposed to be her? Huh. Guess she didn't make the final cut. 2. How is Hayden? Oh, sure, I see how it is. You'd rather want to talk about someone else rather than me. Whatever. Okay, in all seriousness, Hayden's alright, I guess. The man's got a few screws loose, but other than that, he's handling things pretty well. Though if I'm not mistaken, I swear I heard him muttering to himself at one point and listing off a bunch of foreign countries. Been talking about something involving an explosion? What exactly did you guys ask him last time around? Roundbert Cool Edition asks, you keep killing me in my max mode attempts. Why must you make me suffer? Now, I'm not gonna go on the record and say I've ever killed anyone, but if I did, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered whichever poor schmuck whose face I caved in. And I have no idea who you are, pal, so think you might be mistaking me for someone else. But if you somehow find yourself dying over and over again, I don't know. Sounds like something I think is called a skill issue. Let's move on to Sharky222's question, which reads, would you commit arson? Well, that depends. Will there be marshmallows and a long pointy stick to put them on? Because I loves me some s'mores. But seriously, the law requires that I answer no. Dasher asks, if you could choose any city or country to travel in, what would it be? Easy. Japan. That's where the headquarters of Tomochi Incorporated are located. It could be nice to know the culture of where I came from a little bit more. See, apparently, I'm not, in fact, a bipedal desert coyote blessed with cognitive thought and speech, but rather an animatronic puppet built by a Japanese robotics company to aid a Canadian pizzeria restaurant and give an unholy life by the restless spirit of a child murdered in the 90s. Which, now that I say out loud, is pretty fucked up. So, yeah, I'll go with Japan. Though if I had a second choice, something tells me I'd feel right at home in Australia. Oh, well, look who finally came back. Did you get the hat?
I got it.
Perfect. Give it here.
All right.
Alright. Now, I never tried this before, so bear with me here.
Salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Hayden Banana, and I love being British. I'm going to tell you all how to do your taxes. Yes, I do love a good hot piping cup of tea.
Okay. Alright, I think that's enough of that. Although I will say, I didn't realize I could do that with my voice. So thanks, Hudson. I'm definitely gonna have to try that out sometime for my next act. Okay, you can take this back to wherever you found it. Wait, what? You got this from Hayden? Oh, hi, Hayden.
I think someone is calling me. I have to go.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. You know, Alex, I would say that your little imitation of me was flattering. But what most people don't realize is that the expression coined by Irish poet and playwright Oscar Wilde actually has a continuation that changes the entire meaning of the originally perceived quotation. It goes as follows. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not impressed.
Oh, yeah? Well, I never asked for your opinion anyhow. And this is my question answering video. You already got one of your own. So get lost, Dawko.
Who is Dorco?
I don't know, he's some random British guy on the internet. Whatever. Just take your hat and fuck off.
Fine. But if I hear my voice coming out of your mouth ever again, I'm telling Lake you flushed the last of his cocaine stash down the toilet.
Whatever. I blame you for this, Hudson. Anyways, next question. Anime Antics asks, who's your favorite out of all the other characters? Now, once again, this is a question I had already answered. But let's see what Martin thinks.
My favorite character? Well, other than Alex, of course, I'd have to say Alice. I love her singing. And like I said before, she reminds me of Mom. I miss her.
Yeah, I know you do, buddy. And I know she misses you too. But who knows? Maybe she'll end up seeing this video and know you're doing alright. Well, as alright as you can be, at least. Mr. Smile asks, are you Flumpty's lost brother? You have the same mechanics. What? What's a Flumpty? What is it that we have in common? Oh god, don't tell me he's another goddamn fox, cause I'm about to lose it! Next question! Now we have a question from Xavier2023, who asks, how would you rate Lake's Funland compared to other restaurants in Montreal, and to some extension, across Canada? I mean, I can't really say for certain. As of late, this is the only restaurant I have ever been in. I've got no reason to go anywhere else than here ever since I started performing. Everything I ever wanted is right here. A nice spacious stage, reoccurring audiences, games and arcade machines, a dumbass rabbit to tease and poke fun of. It's all here. As far as I'm concerned, however, Lake's Funland is the best in the business. I mean, it's not like there are any other restaurants or eateries with a bunch of high-tech performing animatronics owned by a shady corporation with state-of-the-art programming and technology that's well beyond our current time for the sole purpose of entertaining children and families, right? Right? Now we come to a question written by Great Yasin, which says, do you like eating children? What? Okay, let's get one thing straight here, pal. Yes, there's a ghost kid inside my head, but he didn't get in there because I ate his fucking corpse, alright? Like, I don't understand. Is there something about me that indicates I enjoy the taste of children? No! Human flesh is disgusting! I mean, you know, not that I know what human flesh already tastes like or anything. But, yeah. Bottom line, I do not, nor do I have any reason to eat children. Disliker of Leg asks, if you were to find an intruder, what exactly would you do to them? That depends on the intruder in question. If it's just some Joe Schmo who decided to break into our establishment to vandalize the place or steal some stuff, then I'd probably just drag them out by the ears and haul their asses out the front door. But if this intruder was a particular someone...
You don't want to fucking know what I do to them.
Our next question is from Kevin13234, who asks, who from everyone do you dislike the most? Oh, so we're asking these questions now. Alright, fine. I'm not afraid of saying who I don't get along with here. And that person is Alice. Now this might sound like a surprise to you guys, but it makes sense if you think about it. For one thing, we could have had an all-animal stage if Chick has been stationed with us. Or perhaps we could have brought Hayden back here to reflect how our crew used to look like before we got absorbed by Lake's Funland. But no! Alice had to stick her pretty little face in between me and John Kuhn. That being said, her being here means that she doesn't have to deal with Lake's antics nearly as much as if she wasn't. Which is completely understandable. That's really why I only dislike her and not outright hate her guts. Looks like we're almost done the video, and yet there's still a lot of questions left to go through. So you know what? I'm calling for a lightning round. I'll answer these questions as quickly as possible in order to fit as many in before the time runs out. Here we go. What should I ask to Alex? I don't know, but let me know when you have that figured out. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get better material. What will happen yesterday? Today's yesterday or tomorrow's? Why do I exist? Ask your parents. Do you have any hobbies? Rabbit hunting. Is Lake high? When isn't he? What type of music do you like? Ragtime. Also, you're a cool character. If you had to find somebody's IP address, who would you pick? I'd go with your mother! Alex, do you like tickles? If you try and tickle me, I'll bite your face off. And finally, Cubby2002 asks, are you Foxy's brother? Okay, you know what? No, I've had enough of this. For the last time, I am a coyote. I'm not a fox, I'm not a wolf, I'm a goddamn coyote. And if you numbskulls can't get your facts right, I'm going to take a hardcover encyclopedia, open it to the page labeled coyote, point at it, and then hit you upside the head with it. Maybe that'll knock some sense into you, you stupid motherfucker! All right. I think I'm at my limit here. That was a lot of questions. And frankly, I think I answered more than I should have. But I won't lie and say that I'm real charmed that so many people seem to like me and the rest of the gang. I still don't quite know how you guys know about us, but hey, fans are fans. And you can never have too many of those. So, thanks to you freaks for sending in those questions. This has been quite a unique and engaging experience. And I never want to do it again. Adios, you vile varmints.
Cameron, it's me, Stuart. Look, I don't really know how else to say this, but, I need you to make another suit for me, as quick as you can. No, this isn't for the restaurant. This is for something else, actually. Although I will need you to deliver it to, Sunshine's once it's complete. Well, look, it's a long story. I can't explain it over the phone, alright? Just promise me that whatever happens with this suit, don't tell anyone about it, okay? This is just between you and me. And when you do design the suit, there needs to be one specific specification. It needs to hold a body. I don't care if it still moves, it just needs to hold a body. And don't worry about any external details. I already have the perfect design in mind.